What's Wings doing? Uh-oh. Wait, is someone paid?
Alright, hey guys, this is Pure Fred, and today I'm bringing you a video on how to check modded cars to see if they're modded, as in their paints, and what modded paints are. This video is very difficult for me to explain, but I'm going to try to spit it out and figure out how to do it. First thing I'm going to explain to you is how to check the modded cars. Make sure you have your crew. Make sure you set the crew color to pure black. If you don't know how to, please, it's very simple. Search up how to, make your own crew color. And the value for it will be 0000088. I'm going to type it up on the screen. God forbid I forget, I'll put it up in the description. I'll put it up in the comments somewhere. Once you have pure black as your crew color, go into any car you want to check, right? And throw it into any mechanic place. Please listen, I'm going to go as slow as I can. Again, any questions, let me know. To view if your primary has a texture like metal or matte, we're going to use our secondary. Vice versa. Let's show this visually. I want to find out and see if my primary, which is what I'm changing right now, has that 3D base that we did yesterday. What we do is we go to secondary, we hover over crew, and okay, I see the metal base. That means that yes, we have a metal base and it worked. Alright, now I want to check if the secondary, which is the top of the car, is a matte base. Let's go to primary and hover over crew. Okay, I can see that the matte base is there. That means that all worked. What I'm doing right now is whenever I hover over, let's say, secondary, it changes two things. It makes the secondary, the top of the car, crew utility texture. It makes it not modded. It gets rid of that matte base or that metal base. But the only thing it does to the primary, where it is the metal base, is it only changes its color, not its metal texture. This also, you do this for secondary, it does the same thing. What this allows you to do is change the color but keep the metal base on it. So if I apply this right now, the metal is still modded. It has a crew color, it has the metal base, and it still has that unselected pearlescent. Let's say you get this car from me, for example, right? You don't like that seat, you don't like that mint green I have on the body. All you do is you get your crew color, whatever you like. Let's say you like the pure black. You go to secondary, or whichever one that you don't want to change. Like, I don't want to change secondary, but I do want my primary to be different. Hover over crew. If you're happy with how your primary looks like, this is just pure black. Pure black, only thing it allows you to do is, it gives you Patriot smoke, but it allows you to view the bases on cars. Now, let's say you're hovering over secondary crew, and you see how the secondary part is it has utility texture. If the primary has the utility texture, that's not modded. That means that you are in a car that just crew. But if it has a metal base or a matte base here, then it is a modded paint job. So you have at least half checked, Let's say you want to check the secondary now. You go to crew. Okay, this isn't a utility texture now. This is the matte texture that we used. Okay, so I now know that this car is clean. Now, let's say you're here, and you like how the top looks like. You want to stick with black. You would apply it. That means that the top of the car, the secondary, is still modded, so you don't ever have to touch that. But then you do have to go and make the secondary modded again. All this does is it allows you to check cars, and you can make them any color you want. All you have to do is whichever one you applied the crew on, you have to go and make it modded again. So like I said, if we like the primary, if we like where I'm changing right now, and we like the base of it, and we like our crew color, like let's say I want black, you would apply it here. Then you would see how the secondary, we applied crew on secondary, which made secondary a non-modded texture. It left primary as a texture, but it got rid of the modded texture on our secondary. So then we would change it to metallic black and do the glitch again, the glitch that I uploaded yesterday, where you hover over whatever metal you want, you apply crew in the second console, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to get into too much detail. This is just me explaining modded paint jobs. So one thing to say, as long as you don't change the modded part you want on this car, the texture will never go away. The texture is like glue, and the crew color is like sprinkles, you could say, for example. You can remove the sprinkles, but you don't want to remove the glue. The glue will always stay as long as you don't remove the glue. You can constantly sprinkle different crew colors on it. I'm going to make a very poor representation on Photoshop and see if that helps anybody out. But that's about it. This is me explaining modded colors, how to change modded colors, how to check modded colors, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys in the physical representation video in just a second. See you soon. Alright guys, so we're over in Photoshop, and I'm gonna be explaining this as easily as I can imagine doing this, because I cannot imagine doing this as an easy way. So what we have here is, it's very, very, very obvious what we have here. We have a half metal, half 3D, half matte up here. I've taken the two textures as matte and as a 3D over here. This is as best as I can do it, but please try to stick with me. So whenever we go onto the matte option, which is secondary, and we hover over crew, it makes our metal base right here remain metal, but it changes with the crew color. Let's say we apply a let's go with like a nice purple crew color, basically. Let's just say that. Let's say we go here and and we apply crew color here onto our secondary. This is secondary up here. This makes secondary a utility texture. This is not modded anymore. This makes this, the primary, remain modded, but it gives it that purple look now. But it still has that metal base under it. Let's switch it now. Let's say we want to keep that matte base, and we want to get rid of the metal base. What we do is we go over to primary, which is our metal, and we hover over crew. This makes this utility. This makes it no more modded, but this makes the matte remain as a matte, but it makes it have that purple look to it. Applying crew on primary will get rid of the primary modded, but it will remain the secondary modded, as it keeps the texture but also gets the crew color, vice versa. That's pretty much it. There's no other way I can really explain this. What I'm saying is, if you get a card that has a primary modded, and let's say the secondary is a scratch basically, you're going to lose the color. I mean, maybe you can duplicate the color and, you can get the exact hex code down. But, like, let's say we have a card that has a modded primary and it has a scratch secondary. Go to secondary. Apply your crew color. That makes the secondary remain still scratched, but it gives the primary the crew color and still the metal base. And then just do the glitch that we always do, hover over metal, apply crew. Now you have a full clean car with one color on it. That's it. That's how crew colors and modded colors and all that good stuff works. I know this video will be, and it is very confusing. I explained it as much as I could. Please comment again. I need to know if I need to re-upload this video. I need to know if I can go into more in-depth. And if you're here from 7 Sims, hopefully you may know this better than me, and you could give me some tips on how to explain it better. Otherwise, I'm out. Your Fresh Style. Peace, peace.